I feel so blessed to say this. Taxi Chaos may be one of Team 6's most unique, satisfying, colorful projects they have ever done. And I'm willing to share my thoughts on it. It's pretty straightforward. You play as either seasoned cabbie, Vinny,
Wonder what's for dinner.
or self-proclaimed influencer Cleo.
Slow days aren't that bad if you think about it.
You drive around the city that never sleeps, New Yellow City, in which you find passengers each with their own stories to tell, but if you look carefully, you'll stumble across certain special passengers. But of course for some players, they might find a motive to obtain a high score, hence, the leaderboard, separated for both arcade and pro mode, alongside developer scores you'd like to beat. Indeed, not only must you obtain the fastest cab, you must understand the layout of the city. You might miss it, but there are shortcuts hidden in plain sight, more specifically, buildings. Controls are super responsive, every turn you make looks very satisfying too, due to how well the vehicle animates and balance itself. Sure, there's a few janky spots here and there, mostly regarding collision, but they're few and far between. Typically Team 6 mostly has focused on more of a mixture of realism and sleek vehicle art direction, along with being dark and gritty looking. Taxi Chaos, however, makes use of accurate-looking materials specifically for the vehicles themselves. Take the metallic parts on each cab for example, making excellent use of physically based rendering, even though reflections are only handled by dynamic cube maps. For some reason, the Xbox One version is the only version that uses the more effective screen space reflections. One thing's for sure, the lighting is a major step up from Super Streets. Character designs are quite fascinating, especially the button eyes, and animate quite decently, albeit, transitions from one animation to the next is not smooth, unfortunately. But seeing them do a somersault effortlessly is hilarious to watch. This is Lion Castle's first attempt to bring in voiceovers, and there are some notable voices here, like Vinny, voiced by one, Brett Weaver, who has commonly voiced many characters from Funimation dubs of anime, like Gunter from Attack on Titan, and how about Bonnie Bogovich as one of the passengers, notably the teenagers that don't really care about much.
Man, I really need a Bright Deer Ultimate Flavor Fusion Latte. Ooh. Ouch, I hurt my helix, but you probably never heard of it. So many coffee house chains in this city. What I wouldn't give for an indie coffee shop that's super trendy and that nobody knows about.
You know, sometimes I feel like young people nowadays are talking a different language.
All in all, it really takes me back to those PlayStation 2 games that emphasized on pure arcade fun. Sure, many will compare it unfavorably to the higher-in-budget Crazy Taxi. I see that a lot of heart was put into this project, and of course, at least it's not $70 you have to pay. $29.99 seems like a fair price if you think about it. I recommend the game to anyone who wants a satisfying pick-up and play video game.